Oh, geez, it's you guys again. Well, holy crap, it's me again. Oh, shit. Okay, so gotta get going on this. All right, so I'm going to talk about an interesting one for you today. This one was actually put on to me by my comrade at arms in Deep Images, Bill Mulligan, and this is a little movie from 2024 called Flow. And yeah, shock of shocks, guys. I mean, this is probably not happened before, and I have to do a head check on that because I'm kind of stupid. But yeah, this is might be my first time in this little series I'm doing. Uh, Covering a cartoon. And yeah, it's one of those computer animated cartoons. I mean, I don't like. I don't really care about Pixar or whatever that other one is called. And I'm not a huge fan of that whole style generally. Flow, which is a Latvian film, Latvian French Belgian production. Uh, Won the Oscar, and yeah, I don't give a rat's ass about the Oscars either. But yeah, won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and blew the doors off Disney and Pixar and all those other giants. And I need to sit down and acknowledge that as being one hell of a great feat, and congratulate them for that. Uh, Gintz Zalba Gintz Zilbaldotis, Zimbalodis. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'm probably mispronouncing that name all over the place. But yeah, he is the director and co-writer of this, and he is largely the guy responsible. And man, yeah, like I said, I don't care much generally for this style. I mean, I'm old school. I like the drawings and the cells and all that stuff. I'm not a big fan of the computer animation, but when it works, it works. It's same thing with CGI. When it works, it works. And this is one of those cases where, goddamn, it works. This jam is tremendous. Basically, it takes place in a world that's not unlike our own, except it's not at all our own. There are no humans in sight. The cat lives in this little house. That cat, whose story, yeah, the story, it's about a cat. It's about a bunch of animals. But this particular kitty cat lives alone in this big house that has seen better days, and there are all these sculptures of cats lying around, little sketches and drawings of cats. And so, whoever the human was that left this house standing, loved this little cat very much. And the cat's kind of going about trying to kind of do his own thing and kind of make his own way and get some food and whatever else it's doing out in this world. And there are dogs running around, and he's competing with the dogs for the fish, and they're getting fish out of the water, and kitty cat grabs a fish and runs, and they chase it, and they're all like, yeah, let's get our fish back. Yeah, let's kill that cat. And there's one dog in the pack that's like this big yellow lab. And he's kind of like, oh, I kind of like that cat. And so he sticks around and kind of follows the cat around and tries to make friends with it. The cat's not having it. But disaster happens in that suddenly there's a huge flood. I mean, big, like biblical type flood going on, and the water's rising. And so, the yellow lab kind of makes off. The other dogs kind of find this boat and get in the boat, and the boat kind of drifts away, and the yellow lab gets on the boat with his dog friends, and the kitty cat's on his own, and he's he or it, there's gender, kind of gender neutral, but it's kind of scampering around looking for some kind of high ground to protect itself from this flood, and it ends up climbing the highest point in the area, which is this huge statue of a cat, which his probably previous owner has left. And the cat climbs to the very tip top of that, and the water rises up above that. There's nothing left but the big statue cat's ears. And little kitty sees a sailboat coming into view, and so it makes kind of a jump and climbs onto the sailboat and finds in it a capybara. And what better icebreaker for a group of incongruous, makes no sense animals than a capybara? They're the most chill animals. They get along with damn near everyone. And so he chills out. The cat decides, okay, there's nothing to be afraid of here. Then other animals kind of come into the mix. You get a lemur. Yeah, way to go to my heart. Get a lemur. You get a lemur who's kind of almost like a crow or something. He likes shiny things, collects shiny things. Collects a big batch of shiny things. A very materialistic creature, and he gets thrown into the mix. And then there's this big secretary bird, and that sucker shows up. And then the yellow lab eventually comes back into the mix, and so on and so forth. And oh yeah, and a big whale that kind of surreptitiously kind of helps them, but kind of this story, it's well crafted enough to where it hits you with all the feels, and it's some good stuff. I love this movie. Like I said, it's a world that makes no sense in our present context. Try give the climate change a few more rounds of disaster, and you could end up with this world where there are no humans to speak of. There are a lot of little boats lying in wreckage, but no humans. But kind of the weird union of these animals that have no earthly reason to be in one place together. It's just like, dogs and cats, I imagine, are more or less everywhere. Capybaras, I think, are indigenous to South America. Lemurs are from Madagascar. Secretary birds are indigenous to Africa, I guess. And why are they all in one place? I don't know. I guess the world has made some very different shifts the way this is going. But yeah, this is a great movie, a really fun, entertaining movie, kind of a tense adventure movie, and in some places just heavy and big and deeply moving. And I would recommend this to anyone, whether you're into these kind of animated flicks or not. This is a fantastic movie and well worth checking out. Find the off button here. Come on.